Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Good Life Show. My name's Nadav, I'm from the city of Stonnington, and I'm here to give you some simple tips, tricks and hacks to be living the good life every day. Today we've got a really exciting episode with Stonnington's youth sustainability ambassadors, Poppy and Lucie, who are here to show me and you guys all about how to do worm farms and composting the good life way. Poppy, Lucie, hello, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm super excited about this episode. I've been looking forward to it for a very long time. I'm really keen to hear from you guys about how to do proper worm farming and how to do some proper composting, because I've tried it a few times, I've struggled, and I'm really glad that I've got the experts here to show me just how to do it.
Do you know what composting does, and do you do it yourself?
I do compost myself to a degree. I'm not sure I know exactly what it does.
Well, with composting, it reduces food waste when you are using it up and it also helps your plants grow if you have like a veggie patch. So it's like a cycle because you get the fertilizer from the composting to help plants grow, which you put in the compost.
So that sounds fantastic, Poppy. Thanks for that insight. So tell me a little bit about what I can do with my compost once it's turned into compost.
So you can help it to fertilize your garden beds and veggie patches. So and then with your veggie scraps that you got from your veggie patch, you can put that in the compost bin, and it's like a whole cycle.
Is there anything I want to avoid putting in my compost?
Well, like citruses and stuff like that.
So there's a company called the Compost Revolution, and they offer discounts on worm farms and compost bins for many councils in Victoria. And the Stonnington Council offers these discounted worm farms for everyone in Stonnington. And it's a great way to recycle your food scraps, and you also get fertilizer from it that you can put on your garden and grow new things.
That's really good to know, Lucie. Thanks for sharing that information.
You can also go on their website and you can find your council through there and order it.
Do you think composting is a good idea, and would you recommend it?
Oh, absolutely. After hearing from you about some of the things that my compost can do for my garden and the benefits it can have, I would definitely recommend it.
So, what do you know about worm farming?
What do I know about worm farming? Not a lot. I don't know a lot about worms, and I don't know a lot about farming. So I'm really interested to learn about worm farming from you.
Worm farms are low maintenance, not smelly, rodent and pest free, and can recycle up to 2 litres per day. Worms aren't fussy eaters, and they can eat most things if it's chopped up finely so they can eat them, like mango skins and apple cores. Some things they can't eat, however, include citruses like mandarin peels and lemons, and alliums like spring onions, and meats they can't eat as well.
Okay, so there's some bit of consistent pattern of behavior between the food that worms eat and the way the compost works to break down the food scraps.
So in different seasons, worms, it's important to look after them in different seasons. So in summer, you can wet some newspaper and then put it on top of the compost bin to keep them cool so they don't get too hot. And in winter, you can also put a blanket on top of the worms so they don't get too cold.
Something else you need to add to your worm farms to keep them balanced and keep the worms healthy is add about 60% of carbon, which is cardboard or paper, and that's a way to use your paper as well and also keep your worms healthy.
So I'm really interested to know how much worms can eat.
So worms can eat around 3 to 4 kilograms of food scraps each week.
Where does all the waste go?
The waste comes into two forms. So we have worm juice or worm tea, which is the worm's pee, and which it usually comes out of the bottom. There's a little tap or there's a tray underneath that will collect it, and it also comes out as worm castings, which is the worm's food, which is usually in like a bigger dish underneath the worm farm. And you can put them both as fertilizer on your garden. They're really good.
Well, there you have it, guys. Another wonderful episode of the Good Life Show. We're very pleased to have had our special guests, the Youth Sustainability Ambassadors from the City of Stonnington, here with us to teach us all the tips and tricks about owning and maintaining a worm farm and a compost bin. Poppy and Lucie, thank you so much for joining us on the show. It's been great to have you. Bye-bye, and thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Good Life Show. Make sure you subscribe by clicking the button below. If you want to learn more about how to compost and worm farm at home, you can get in touch with us and we'll put you in touch with the City of Stonington's sustainability team. Peace.